What's up, everybody? I'm James. Welcome to Mechanical Mayhem, and welcome to another rousing edition of staring at a website, primitive style, because that's how I roll. This is an Intel update in regards to elementals. But before we get there, they also did another news posting that said, for the first time, at least for me, the number of missions in the Ghost Bear DLC campaign, which is 12. I'm personally a-okay with that. My initial thoughts, and I believe I did a video on this in the past, um, for DLC, kind of just theorizing, was if we could get to 8 missions, that I think would be an acceptable level. It should be just enough missions to play with all the cool new stuff, get a story told, and what have you. Um, so 8 was for me the magic number to at least meet, and 12 obviously exceeds that. So I'm really pleased with it, to be honest with you. I'm sure there are keyboard warriors out there that'll just complain because you can never make them happy. But wanting more and needing more are two different things. I, of course, want more. If they said it's going to be, 20, I'd be like, fantastic, awesome. How about some more? Because I just want more. I'm a big fan. But needing is a different story. And I don't foresee that being the case here. We won't know until we get the campaign, but I feel like this would be pretty cool. So I think 12 would be just fine. So we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to touch upon that real quick before getting into the Elemental Intel update here. So let's get the scary cam taken off, and then we can look at the gloriousness of the elementals. So goodbye, scary cam. Alrighty. So this is the news page, and we have intel on elementals here. Now, they are finally bringing a legendary unit of clan warfare to the front lines, the elementals, as it says here, which is pretty awesome. They've been around the clans since 1989 when the clans first debuted, so they actually go over that. So it's nice to have them in the game on our side. We've had them in games before to fight against. It's always been very lackluster, underwhelming. Not because they're bad units, because the games never did them proper justice. It sounds like they're here to rectify that, and I'm all for that. So, with that said, this is the first time that we'll be fighting alongside them, which is pretty cool. So they give us a little bit of lore here in case you're completely new to what an elemental is. You get your feet wet here so you're not completely lost. I will say this. I am in the process of putting together a clan elemental lore video going over the origins of the suit of the Trueborn warriors that share the same name, their capabilities, the whole 9 yards. I've been working on that for about a week now, not because it's super in-depth crazy cinema, but because I've been having technical issues and then getting frustrated and doing other stuff. But with all this cool new imagery to make use of, I'm going to get back onto that and get that out soon, I hope, to kind of follow up this in some capacity. So stay tuned. But with that said, they do have lore here, so you can just get some sense of what you're looking at if you are brand new. Now, we can see here it says they've been part of the clan Arsenal since their debut in 1989. And what I find honestly reassuring is that they envision including elemental gameplay or elementals in the base game, right, of Smoke Jaguar's campaign. But they didn't get a chance to do that, and they were then kind of regulated to just being in cinematic appearances. Looking great, but that's all. The fact that they wanted them in the base campaign and weren't able to do that, and now we have them in Flashstorm, and that they're here and they're lethal, which is really cool, is fantastic in terms of reassurance, because it definitely makes it sound like, hey, this is not some fly-by-night thing, but we've been working on this and we've wanted more time to really streamline it and get it better. And that is just reassuring to me. Real quick, over analyzing. I don't know the exact origin date of the Ebon Keshik. It's a special Keshik, only elementals are in it. They wear all black. These elementals in this cutscene here definitely don't look blue armored. I'm wondering if this is Ilkhan Uller Kerensky, and I'm wondering if this is a cutscene representation of the Ebon Keshik. If it is, massive chef's kiss of attention to detail. Just want to throw that out there. They go over their design choices here. This is definitely a bit of an updated design. Not an overhaul, just a bit of an update to what the elemental design is classically, and it works so well. It basically makes it a bit more in line with modern day menacing look stuff, and I like it. I like all the elemental designs that I've seen, and this one is definitely up there. So really pleased with that. When it comes to gameplay, I was hoping for a bit more intel, but we can see they're on the command wheel as you'd expect. Now, I'm not a big user of the command wheel in MechWarrior 5 clans. I'm just not good with it. So I use the battle grid. I'm hoping they're in the battle grid easily enough to make use of. Because A, the battle grid now pauses, so you can really set them up. And then B, I just prefer to use the battle grid right now. Maybe I'll get better with the wheel. Who knows? So they say specifically that when you deploy on missions in Flash Storm, you'll bring a full point of elementals with you, which is 5 elementals. It doesn't say for specific missions, so it sounds like, without directly saying it, we get elementals for every mission, which is awesome. I'm not against it at all. I just wasn't sure, because when they first brought it up, they brought it up as like they were the counter to that clan element, the other clan elementals from the other clans will be fighting, meaning that maybe they were just for certain missions, but it seems like they're for every mission. And the way they act without giving any input is that they'll automatically engage any nearby enemies. And that's great because, you don't want them just hanging out doing nothing. And you can give them direct orders to focus on specific targets when you need them to really, as they say, bring the pain. They're also apparently capable of executing some pretty brutal takedowns, at least one brutal takedown when the enemy cockpit is damaged. But it makes you wonder, can they do other stuff? Like if the enemy has a severely damaged arm and you order the elemental to attack it, will it fly over, latch onto, and blow up the enemy arm with its weaponry? Or what? I have no idea. Maybe not, but it just makes me wonder. Now, they also follow game logic, so if your point of elementals gets wiped out mid-mission, after a short cooldown, they'll redeploy and get right back into it. I'm okay with that. It's like having ammo crates and some other stuff. It doesn't bother me. It's a video game, so I'm fine with video game logic at work here. It's not something I think to rely on, but hey, it's still cool nonetheless. You get to have them throughout the mission. Kind of makes it an easier learning curve to get better with them and whatever else. Now, with that said, enemy elementals, of course, are going to be trying to blow you up. They're apparently aggressive, mobile, and terrifyingly persistent, which is exactly how they are in the lore. So that's going to be on your side and on the enemy side, so you have to be careful when facing off against enemy elementals. If one latches onto you like they are prone to do, it'll damage your mech. And they highlight this out as being specifically not as lethal to players, but an intense experience. And I'm all for making elementals as scary and dangerous as they are in the lore, because they should be. That's the whole point of it, and I'm really glad to see that they're taking that, full tilt. I really like that. This little image here I really like. Is kind of peekaboo style. The red glow going into your cockpit is very menacing. I really like that a lot. This supposedly, according to one of their tweets, this color patterning is a Smoke Jaguar elemental, which gives me ideas, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm really looking forward to this coming out and experiencing the game and tooling around with these elementals. Huge wishlist hope is that this showcases how awesome elementals are in the lore and really brings it to life in the game, and maybe begins the small little steps needed to maybe one day getting a standalone elemental video game, because that would be pretty sweet. Anyways, though, what are your thoughts? What do you think about this? I'm really looking forward to it. I think they look great. I'm really looking forward to trying them out. I like that they want to make them accurate to the lore and make them as lethal as they're supposed to be, because that's been lacking in the few times we've seen them. So I'd love for that to be rectified. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section while you're down there. Alpha strike that subscribe button. Rip off the enemy's armor with your elemental battle armor to hit that subscribe button. if you need to, instead of alpha striking it. Whichever way you want to attack it, definitely hit it so you can be part of future conversations more easily, not just for primitive website videos, but for actual other videos as well. And always share what you think. Until next time, take care.